Welcome back to our What's Next series on getting to the next step of your API journey with an API marketplace. Now we're talking about tracking. We're all familiar with the expression, you can't manage what you don't measure. Brian Naughton, who's an Axway Catalyst, frequently consults with clients on their API strategy, and he has some advice for us. So Brian, we've talked about the importance of the API product manager in a previous video. What precisely should this person and their team be tracking and measuring to show the value of the API program?
Thanks, Lydia. Yeah, I think that first of all, in order to do that, you said you can't track or manage what you can't measure, but people have to know that they're measuring these things as well. So the API product manager and the teams that come together in a new way to collaborate on API delivery really have to understand some of the dimensions of what they're measuring. And we could think about that in the same way we think about other forms of product intelligence. So if you're going to market with products and services, and we are really considering APIs as products, then these things also are very relevant. And again, you have the two sides. You have the things that are really dictated or controlled by those producing APIs. So the product managers really need to work together, not only with the people who are delivering APIs, but on the business side as well, to understand, what is the value proposition of this API enabled product, right? What are the pains we're solving? Are we fixing some kind of business processes that we could streamline, or are we enabling data to be shared in a new way? Such as in pharmaceutical these days, being able to open up your data science community for clinical research and development of new pharmaceutical products. So that's just an example. So these product managers are having to bridge the gap between those producing APIs and then on the consuming side, understanding who's using them, how they can promote the use and the recombination of those, and being able to track things like the number of business capabilities delivered as API products in the marketplace, or being able to link that directly to some new revenue opportunities. It's impossible to do that if you're really just looking from the producer side and looking at your API management console and trying to piece together all of that stuff. So the API product management capability or the role is really about making that link to the business and being able to measure those sorts of things. The number of consumers, the number of applications that are using the API products. That's really where the focus is going to be. And that's where the API marketplace delivers that kind of insight for your organization.
Mm-hmm. It's really that shift going from this technical interface to this business mindset, treating them as products.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, thanks, Brian. I'm sorry. Thanks, Brian, for your advice. And we will be back next in a little bit to talk a little bit about how API security fits into all of this.
Thanks, Lydia.